Alright, let's do it. I forgot to turn the fan off. I think we'll be okay. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about something that I have anticipated for quite a long time. It feels like forever, since 1963, some would say. It's a joke to the series. And that is Umbrella Academy Season number 2. Now this just recently dropped on Netflix just a couple of weeks back. I did my best not to binge all of it in one weekend. My wife tried to pace me a little bit, although I did want to run through every single episode as fast as possible. But I did complete the entire series, and I'm here to talk about it. Now before we get started, I want to let you know that this is going to be as spoiler-free as possible. I'm probably going to be pretty vague. That's mainly because I'm going to be teasing something that I want, another video that I want to make in the future talking about season number 3. So I don't really want to give too much away. I'm going to be a little bit vague in some of it, but hopefully if you haven't seen the season, you'll kind of still enjoy this video. If you have, you'll know kind of what I'm talking about. And now, without further ado, season number 2. Alright, I have to admit this was hands down a fantastic continuation from season number 1. I had no idea the twists and turns that were going to be capable in this season. There were so many different things that honestly I didn't even anticipate or see coming, and that's what made it so much fun. I didn't really know what was going to be happening next. There could be so many twists and turns. Just when you thought they were going to figure something out, something completely different was going to happen. The final episode, I had no idea where they were going, and I loved that. I had no idea what the result of this was going to be based on the characters' development, their growth being scattered more or less across time in different times in the 60s, between 1960 and 63, leading up to the JFK assassination. Because this season is very much based on the second book of the Umbrella Academy, which is titled just Dallas, which centers around the JFK assassination. This very much follows that, but there are vast differences, and that's where the teaser for another video may come, where I might talk about some of the differences between the comic book and the show. They are wildly different, although they do have similar things. They're completely different. And if you did actually want to have a little bit more of a comparison before I make that video, or if I make that video, I recommend checking out a page called Pop Culture Geekery. He actually recently did a video talking about the comparison between comic book number 2, called Dallas, from the Umbrella Academy, compared to season number 2. A lot of different parallels, a lot of things that you don't see in the books. So I recommend checking out that video if you haven't or don't know about them. Worth checking it out. So yeah, back to season number 2. Although there are massive differences from the comic book, I really enjoyed it. I think that there were a lot of great twists and turns. The characters are hands down some of my favorite characters, I think, on TV, maybe ever, especially of this year, although it's been garbage for 2020. This is one of the best shows out there on Netflix, especially. I highly recommend checking it out. If you haven't seen season 1 yet, binge it. If you haven't seen season 2 yet, binge it, and you're gonna love every single second of it. At least I did. Now before I watched season number 2, I actually binge watched season number 1, and I realized that there were certain characters that I liked more the second watch versus the first watch. But on this one, I think they all had their shining moment. I think my top 2, if I had to pick, are definitely 5, and I love Diego. I feel like those are the 2 that I really focus on. I feel like Klaus has an awesome storyline that is very weird in a lot of ways. His just eccentric style is so gravitating, you want to see and find out more about him. And then there's his brother Ben, who's actually dead, spoiler alert. Well, it's not really a spoiler, I mean it's from the first season and it's kind of a main storyline, so I mean it's not really that big of a surprise. But there's a storyline with Ben which I thought was kind of interesting that they decided to go with. And then the cliffhanger of an ending, which is fantastic, and also somewhat ties into the comic books. I want to make another video because I want to discuss it so bad. But I feel like it's better to wait for another video where I'm just going to talk about season number 3, what could be happening, what may result. I have a feeling that season number 3 might be the finale of this series, just because seasons are kind of matching with the comic books in terms of what's happening. Could they go beyond that? Sure. But then you're going to start running into the problem of Aidan Gallagher maybe being too old or too big for the role of 5. Or they could just expand it and make it be more about him growing up and with the rest of the family and going on various other adventures. Who knows? Either way, I would be more than happy to see any variation of the Umbrella Academy that Netflix wants to give me. If they can continue giving me this amount of quality, this amount of fun, this amount of action, I am all in for it. I would love to see beyond season 3 if it does happen, but Netflix likes to keep their series short. Hopefully it will go above and beyond season number 3. So guys, I know this was really short and very vague for the most part, but I highly recommend checking out season number 2 of The Umbrella Academy. Totally worth it. Check out season number 1 and then watch season number 2. They are totally different experiences. There are some parallels and some things you'll maybe see that are very similar, but for the most part they are completely different in terms of what's happening, characters, subject matter, a lot different weight to each sort of season and what's happening. And there's a lot of different things that you are pulling for and don't want to happen, but sometimes they do happen and it's kind of frustrating, but it's such a fun adventure and I highly recommend checking it out. It is now available on Netflix. Make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel though, because I probably will do a season 3 sort of teaser, possibility, what could happen type of video. So make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. While you're down there, make sure to leave this video a thumbs up. Also want to make sure you subscribe because I want to get to 300 subscribers as I am doing a giveaway and I need your help to get there. If you could share this video with your friends and family or any other comic book or Umbrella Academy nerds or just nerds in general, I would love and appreciate if you guys could share this video. Really, those are my thoughts on Umbrella Academy Season 2. You can look forward to some more videos upcoming soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it and I hope to see you in the next one.